About 7,500 years ago, give or take some, a star in the constellation we know as Taurus exploded in an incredible cosmic display called a supernova. The star was located about 6,500 light-years from Earth, so the light from that explosion did not reach Earth until the year 1054. It appeared as a very bright star, seen even in daylight. Today, there remains a planetary nebula. We call it M1, the Crab Nebula. So come along and join us on a journey through time and space to explore supernovae. Let's Explore Astronomy is sponsored in part by
Distinctly Yukon. The Westmark Whitehorse Hotel and Conference Center is the Yukon's premier lodging facility. Make your reservations today at westmarkhotels.com. Westmark Hotels, with 9 unique locations throughout Alaska and the Yukon.
I got it! The Crab Nebula.
Oh, let me see. Wow! That's pretty.
When a star reaches the end of its lifetime, its hydrogen fuel all burned away, it starts to cool down and the gases expand. The star will grow to many times its original size.
In about 5 or 6 billion years from now, our sun will expand also. It will grow out to about where Mars is today, totally engulfing Mercury, Venus, and Earth.
Average stars like our sun will expel its outer layers, and the inner core will collapse to about the size of Earth.
That's like 1,000,000 times smaller than it was.
At that point, we call it a white dwarf. Because the pressure from fast-moving electrons is so great, the star will not collapse any further. Rather, since it is so small and has no energy, it gradually cools down and fades away.
But in multiple star systems, when one star becomes a white dwarf, it starts pulling energy from another star. Soon, the white dwarf pulls in enough energy to become 1.4 times the mass or weight of our sun. At that time, it explodes into a supernova. We call this a Type 1a supernova.
If the original star already was more than 1.4 times the mass of our sun to begin with, then it will go directly to a supernova. This is called a Type 2 supernova.
In a Type 2 supernova, the red giant explodes! Gas and dust race out into the cosmos. Its core collapses in less than a second. Electrons and protons combine to become neutrons. It is only about 20 kilometers across in size, about the size of a city. But it weighs more than 1.5 times the weight of our sun. It is now called a neutron star.
The gas and dust blown off into space creates thermonuclear shock waves and fuses lighter elements into heavy elements. What you see is an amazing sight, brighter than several billion suns. A nebula.
And if the original star was really, really huge, it would not form into a neutron star, but instead a black hole.
And if there was a supernova close to Earth, say like 50 light years or closer, then the shockwave and radiation would obliterate us. But don't worry, there are no red giants that can go supernova anywhere close to us.
But several supernovas have been seen from Earth. The most famous one was the one that created the Crab Nebula that we were just looking at through the telescope. This star was about 6,500 light years away, so the Earth was completely safe. But you could still see the explosion from here, and that was big. I wonder what it would have been like to see it. Do you see that? That star is new, and it's very, very bright.
Yes, I see it. Where did it come from? How did it get there?
It appears near Tianquan, the heavenly gate.
Can it have anything to do with the Emperor? Or the spirits of past emperors?
Tianquan is the heavenly gate that all emperors travel through on the way to their afterlife. In Tian.
The star still remains, but it is so bright that it can be seen in daylight.
For 23 days, now that star has been visible in the day. It is fascinating and scary at the same time. Never have I heard of such a thing before. The star, it's gone.
It has been fading for some time. Now it has disappeared. I wish I knew what it was. Was it from Tien, the great heaven in the sky?
We may never know. We should record our observation, however. Someone in the future may find it very important and unlock the guest star's mystery. It was recorded in several places by the Chinese and Japanese. There is also rock art in Arizona, Baja, California, and New Mexico that shows the moon and a bright star. In that part of the world, at the time of the supernova, you would see the crest moon near the star. Also, there are references to it in Arab writing in the Middle East. There was reported a spectacular star that appeared in the summer of 1054, so it was seen all over the place.
The Crab Nebula can be used to study the aftermath of supernova, as it happened not so long ago and not that far away. And supernovas are rare. Only about a half a dozen have been observed in the Milky Way galaxy in all of recorded history.
The Crab Nebula is a Type II supernova. It was once a larger star, which used up all its hydrogen fuel and exploded. At the center of the nebula, we found the neutron star.
In 1948, very strong radio waves were found coming from the center of the Crab Nebula. In 1954, it was discovered that the Crab Nebula had strong magnetic fields. And in 1963, X-rays were detected coming from the nebula. Gamma rays were also detected. Astronomers knew something powerful had to be producing all that radiation. In 1968, they found it.
The neutron star was sending out pulses of radio waves 30 times a second, a pulsar.
A pulsar is a beam of radio waves sent out from a neutron star. The star is spinning so fast that the beam of radio appears as a pulse when it sweeps around. The pulsar's energy makes the nebula shine brighter than 75,000 suns.
As the gas and dust are blown out into space, the nebula grows. Today, the Crab Nebula is about 10 light years across and growing at a rate of over 1,000 kilometers per second.
You know where it is, in the constellation Taurus. Find when it will be up in the sky in your area, and then aim your scope. It is best to see in areas that have nice dark skies. Then view the remains of a gigantic cosmic explosion.
Let's go look some more.
Check out our other episodes in the Let's Explore Astronomy series at www.tedcookproductions.com/LEA.
You will find all kinds of cool astronomy topics there.
Hey, give a shout out to our sponsors, without whom we would not be here. Visit their websites and partake of their services and products. A big thank you to the Yukon Department of Tourism and Culture and Westmark Hotels, Westmark Whitehorse.